victory. Tim Buss, Cubs strength coach, handing in the lineup card for the 7th straight game.
It was Bussy that got this thing turned around. He should try to renegotiate his deal. He's on fire.
Scott Kazmir, the left-hander, pitching for the Dodgers tonight. Jake Arrieta for the Cubs. Cubs have won 35 of their first 49. Math may not be right, JD, but I did it in my head. 162 games. Cubs are on a pace to win like 116. So that could put them, if they stay on this pace for the final 4 months, in pretty rarefied air.
And that what the Mariners did back in 01, 116 wins.
And the Cubs over a century ago as well. Big crowd tonight. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The Diamondbacks will come in on Friday for 3, and then the Cubs will get back to the road. Time now for the Keller Graduate School of Management statistic. And you see the Cubs at plus 133 with their run differential. Among a very exclusive group. 29 Philadelphia A's won the World Series, beat the Cubs that year.
Late 20s, early 30s Philadelphia A's, some of the best teams in baseball history. And of course the Yankees throughout their history produced some of the best teams ever. These guys are not overly concerned about that. They're mostly debating whether to chew on the corn dog, the fries, or the ice cream.
By the way, news today, Neil Ramirez has been claimed by the Milwaukee Brewers. So the now ex-Cub is back in the big leagues, and we'll see him the next time, I'm sure, we play Milwaukee.
Good for him. Good for Neil. Good guy.
Yep.
We wish him well.
Cubs take the field behind last year's Cy Young Award winner, and let's check out the Dodgers Southwest Airlines, or check that, the ESPN Chicago 1000 Dodger lineup. Utley, Seager, and Gonzalez at the top. Peterson, Thompson, and Kendrick in the middle. They made a late change. Yasiel Puig has a hamstring issue, so he's out. Carl Crawford is in. Crawford in left, Thompson to right. Grandal moves up a spot in the Dodger lineup.
Cubs defensively is brought to you by Chevrolet. Soler, Fowler, Hayward patrol the outfield this evening. Bryant, Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo third to first. Miguel Montero is the catcher, and Jake Arrieta is on the mound. Jake making his 11th start, looking for win number 10. He's not yet lost a ball game. .72 ERA. Opponents hitting just .168 against Mr. Arrieta.
Here are your umpires. Jim Wolf is back of the plate tonight. Adrian Johnson at first. Nick Lentz at second, and the crew chief Paul Emmel over at third. So it will be Chase Utley to start it. By the way, Dave Roberts, a Dodger manager, celebrating a birthday today. Happy 44th to Dave Roberts. You know what he wants for his birthday? He wants to beat Jake Arrieta.
Dave Roberts and Ron Darling.
That's a good call. Strike on a fastball from Arrieta.
1.72 ERA for Jake Arrieta, second best in Major League Baseball, just behind Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers, who will not pitch in this series.
0-2.
Firm upstairs at 94. Probably having a resurgent year after a real down year last year with the Phillies, and then after being traded to the Dodgers. Stage in his career where a lot of guys are in a steep decline, and that appeared to be the case with Utley, but he's Father Time here this season, putting up good numbers.
The delay officially just 24 minutes. We're supposed to start at 8 after 7 o'clock. Oh, no, 27 minutes. Do I hear 28? And sold at 27.
Everybody who give me five. Lefty's batting .215 against Arrieta. That's not very good, but it's a whole lot better than what right-handed hitters have done.
In the air, pretty well hit, but it's Jason Hayward who make the grab. And the weather at first pitch brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. For all the right reasons, call 866 Four Seasons. So northeast at 2, not a huge deal.
I think we've been calling it a mild zephyr.
That's good. That's a good word.
It's a golf word.
Corey Seager 0 for 4 yesterday, and the first 3 strikeout game of his 78 game major league career. Oh, 2.
That little guy's fired up.
I like that call.
He had to sit out the 27-minute rain delay. He's ready for action.
So Arrieta already with the best 30 start stretch in Chicago Cubs history. 25-1 with a 113. Called strike 3. Well, it's been a bit of a perfect game, hasn't it? That's 27 consecutive Dodgers retired by Cubs pitching in this series.
Just perfect execution. You see as he worked him away and then comes back with a 2-seam fastball, little runner that clings to the inside corner.
That was going into tonight, so make it 1 out of 57 now.
Arrieta's no-hitter last year. The last time these two teams faced off prior to yesterday, and then that brilliant effort by the bullpen after Jason Hamill had to leave.
And the one hit was a ball that normally is caught.
Yeah, just a little blooper into shallow right center.
There's a base hit for Adrian Gonzalez, who has been deadly on the road. He came in at 398 away from Dodger Stadium.
Jake a winner last time, but he labored. It was a 98 win over the Cardinals. He went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 93 pitches to get through those 5 innings.
Peterson batting in the cleanup spot. And ball 1.
Well, it will be interesting to see if the Dodgers change their approach here tonight against Arrieta. They were hacking early and often in that ball game yesterday.
One and one. Kershaw just kicking up his feet this week after pitching Sunday night.
See, for me, that was always the sweet spot for a starting pitcher, to pitch the day before you come to Wrigley.
Yeah, this is everybody's favorite road city. Look at the strikeouts to walks. 105 punch outs, 5 walks.
Yeah, you don't do that in the major leagues. You don't. That's absurd.
It had never been done before. Pitcher getting to 100 strikeouts to start a year before his 6th walk. Threw his bullpen in the rain today. He might be an everyday throw guy. He was playing catch yesterday afternoon after his night start in New York. 2-2. Peterson got a hold of it, but he pulled it way foul.
Peterson, a strong kid, has plenty of power, strikes out a lot. Almost 30% of his plate appearances have ended in a strikeout. Happy birthday.
Swing and a miss to end the inning. Couple of strikeouts for Jake in the first. Cubs coming up from Wrigley. Starting lineup. Dexter Fowler back in there after a day off. Jason Hayward is in right. Bryant, Rizzo, Zobrist in the middle along with Jorge Soler. Addison Russell has been terrific at home. 5 game-winning RBIs here at Wrigley. Montero the catcher, Arrieta the pitcher. Scott Kazmir, 32-year-old left-hander. And a strike called on Fowler. Kazmir has not faced the Cubs since he was with the Angels 6 seasons ago. That's in the dirt, 1-1. Fowler with a sore heel. Sat out yesterday. And a 1-1. Misses downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Cubs have won 6 in a row, scoring a lot of runs here lately. Only needed 2 yesterday.
Can you hear me now?
I got you.
All righty.
Big leg kick and the pitch. It's in. 2-2. You've got a lot of pent-up analysis on Scott Kazmir.
It's a little pitching the giddy up here with the headset. Kazmir, tender age when he first came to the big leagues, 20 years of age back in 04 with the Rays, 102 major league wins under his belt now. And a bit of a rough go for him in a Dodger uniform so far, but good last time out.
Kazmir has had a fascinating career. He was a high draft pick, 15th overall in the first round, 2002 by the Mets, and was involved in a controversial trade to Tampa Bay. And he then made his major league debut pitching for Lou Piniella. That's wide for a ball. It's 3-2. Eventually pitched for Joe Madden as well. He's been a 3-time All-Star. He's battled a fair amount of injuries, and at one time he thought his career was over. He was pitching an independent ball. Still 3-2. And I have to say, your key to the game, this might be the best key to the game I've ever heard. Rock the Kazmir.
Rock the Kazmir. Well, it was either that or some play with Kazmir sweater, but I just couldn't make it work.
You melded the Clash and Led Zeppelin together perfectly. Good battle here to start it. We'll see the career numbers.
Yeah, he's always been a strikeout pitcher. His walk rate is a little high. Usually runs a lot of deep counts. Fastball change. He'll cut his fastball. Also has a curveball.
Ball 4.
Taking a shot at that inside corner. He's shaking his head. He thought he made a quality pitch. Could have gotten it, but he did not. Let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively. It's brought to you by Comcast Business. You see Crawford, the late addition. He's out in left. Peterson center. Thompson over in right. Hendricks, Seager, Utley, Gonzalez third to first. Grandal behind the plate, and the veteran Kazmir on the mound.
Now Jason Hayward, game-winning RBI single in the 5th inning. And also scored a run in that frame. And takes a strike. It ended up being an infield hit. And a ball hit to the first baseman, Gonzalez.
Well, this would be a night to maybe press for an extra base on a ball hit into the outfield. Wet grass out there. Might be tough to get a good grip.
Cubs start the night 6.5 games ahead of the second place Pittsburgh Pirates, who are in Miami tonight. We'll keep an eye on that game. Garrett Cole and Jose Fernandez. And it's scoreless in the 6th.
That's one when you're reading the morning paper and you see the pitching matchup. You say, hey, I'm going to the yard tonight. Or you're reading the morning iPad or whatever it is you read in the morning.
Slide step and a ground ball to short. 6-4, and that's it. Because of the defensive alignment, took a little while for Utley to get over there, and he couldn't put any mustard on the throw. So the Cubs avoid a double play. That'll be a fielder's choice for Hayward.
Hey, you see how far Utley has to travel here to get the feed from Seager, and he's carrying a lot of momentum across the bag. A little jump throw, and it's not going to get it done with Hayward going down the line. Talking about defensive positioning in Joe Madden's office this afternoon, he talked about double play depth, and there's a lot of times where you don't play traditional double play depth anymore because you're trying to take away where a hitter's more likely to hit the ball, as opposed to positioning yourself for your optimum chance to turn 2.
Right, so the alignment here The Dodgers are essentially assuming if Bryant hits a ground ball, he's going to hit it to the left side, and Utley will take the throw at second. But if it goes toward the hole at second, they're going to have an almost impossible time trying to turn a 4-6-3.
Tough time getting it out, but based on all the spray charts, hitter tendencies, they know that Chris rarely hits the ball on the ground to the right side.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 on Bryant. Milestone night for him, his 200th major league game and his 100th game here at Wrigley Field. At some point in a snap, we'll be saying his 1,000th career game as he swings and misses and strikes out. It goes quickly. At least for us, it does.
Yeah, you guys. Most players will tell you when they look back at the end of their career, it's over in a flash.
Now Anthony Rizzo with 2 outs.
So yeah, Kazmir, there you see the breakdown. Works the changeup and the curveball into the mix. Likes to cut his fastball. He'll throw both a 4-seam fastball and a 2-seamer. That's the one that'll have a little run away from a righty, maybe in on the hands of a left-handed hitter. Not really shown a real good pickoff move yet.
Dodgers with their outfield pretty deep against Rizzo.
Sometimes for a lefty, though, it's just a matter of quantity over quality. You go over there enough, you're going to shut down the running game.
There goes Hayward. Pitches outside, and the throw is late. Good throw by Grandal, but just not in time as Hayward beat it.
That was good timing.
Yeah.
You go over there enough, you can shut down the running game. Off he goes. Jason Hayward steals second base.
His 7th steal. He's been caught 2 times. And he leads the ball club in steals. Dexter Fowler has 6.
Anthony showing signs of breaking out of this funk he's been in. RBI double in the 5th yesterday.
Hit him. Second time he's been hit in the series.
A little early trouble here for Kazmir. Doubly so because Ben Zobrist is the batter. There's that 2-seam fastball tailing up and in and just brushes the front arm of Anthony.
So he is second in the majors with the 9th hit by pitch. Brandon Guyer of the Rays has been hit 14 times. And you see the National League leaderboard. Switch hitting Ben Zobrist takes a strike. He has tied his career best with a 16-game hitting streak. Scored the game-winning run in the opener. His wife sang a pitch-perfect national anthem, and God bless America. It was a great day for the Zobrists. And the Cubs won.
A lot of good days for the Zobrists here the first couple months of the season. And been one of the 3 Cubs that have faced Kazmir in the past. 1 out of 7 against him.
The 1-1 is a strike. Ben does not want the month of May to end. So tomorrow is May 32nd.
Yeah, certainly a leading candidate for Player of the Month in the National League. Marcell Ozuna of the Marlins also having an outstanding month.
Clayton Kershaw, although they do have a Pitcher of the Month award. So
he'll probably, and that's a slam dunk.
Although I think the monthly awards, don't they separate them? Because we vote on those occasionally. Rookie of the Month is position player or pitcher, but
yeah. Player of the Month. There's a Player of the Month, Pitcher of the Month, and a Rookie of the Month.
The Flavor of the Month.
And a Fruit of the Month.
Yeah.
The Fruit of the Month Club.
And an awkward cut by Zobrist, and the Cubs strand 2 in the first. 0-0. On ABC7 is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Check out our exciting model lineup at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer or visit MBUSA.com today. Trace Thompson was in the original lineup but in left, and he's now in right after Yasiel Puig was scratched with a hamstring. He sends one in the air down the right field line, and no play for Jason Hayward. Alan Krzyzewski is in the booth with us and starting a new gig, although it's just more of the timing, I guess.
A little timing thing. I think I'll be able to catch more night games now.
Yeah, exactly. So
great to be with you guys again, by the way.
Good to be with you, Al.
Nice to see you. So now you're doing 5, 6, and 10?
5, 6, and 10.
Okay.
Weeknights, yep, Monday through Friday.
Well, congratulations.
Hey, thanks very much. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a great team, of course, behind us here through all that. But, of course, you know, Ron Major's retiring. It's a time of transition for us, but we're looking forward to we've got a great foundation and just to build on it.
JD ran into Ron today, right?
Yeah,
oh,
I've run into him a couple times now. We live in the same building, and I used to never see him. Now that he's got all this time
he's
on
got
his
a little
hands.
more time on his hands. You'll bump into him on the elevator all the time.
He said I was walking around town, and I realized I wasn't checking my watch to see what time it was.
Don't have to worry about what time he needs to go in. No, he's enjoying
yeah.
himself now, I think. Not that he didn't enjoy himself before, but he's really, I think, truly looking forward to retirement, spending more time on some things he can truly enjoy. And what would have been his off time, now it's all time, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thompson strikes out. All right, we're going to put you to work.
Okay. Here we go. Watch your source for everything Chicago. ABC 7 Eyewitness News, weeknights at 10 with Kathy Brock, some guy named Alan Krzyzewski, Cheryl Burton, Jerry Taft, and Mark Giangreco.
Good-looking group. I just wish you had more fun, especially with Giangreco. And Jerry's doing the weather.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are fun.
I tell you, sometimes you got to keep yourself from going off the cliff with Jerry and Mark. But we have a good time.
Howie Kendrick playing third base tonight. And Arrieta's first pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop, Russell. So this is a big year. I mean, the election, it started a year ago, but
right.
That's probably going to dominate a lot of the headlines this
Very
summer,
much
right?
so. Of course, you know, I think we kind of wondered, well, how are things going to line up by this convention? And on the Republican side, I think a lot of folks were thinking, well, it's just going to be all up for grabs come the convention. And now it looks like the Republican convention is not necessarily going to be up for grabs, but very exciting nonetheless. The Democrats, of course, have their own issues and their own infighting going on. It's going to be quite a political year. We all know that.
Yep.
I don't think anyone would have expected that we'd be here at this particular time with what's going on in the politics in this country.
Yep. One strike on Grandal, switch hitting catcher. Scoreless here in the second. We were delayed just under a half hour before the first pitch. Going to be a big summer baseball wise as well. Cubs in first place. And featured on ABC 7 throughout 2016. 1-2. And the stations, I know, having a lot of fun with that.
Oh, we sure are. It's great, of course. Hey, who doesn't love to back a winner, for crying out loud? And this season started, had such anticipation last year, of course, going into the playoffs. And now you start off, my family and I got down to Mesa even for the preseason down at Sloan and watched them play the Royals down there, and that was great. Now here we go.
Montero wanted to make that play because he had time. He just couldn't get a handle on the ball, and he will be charged with an error.
Yeah, he had time, maybe a little more time than he realized with Grandal going down the line. Just comes up empty. I think he had time to go down there, two hands, hand and mitt together, and pick that ball up.
The two of you have to be so excited. You know, when you got a team here, what are we, 21 games over 500 right now?
Yeah, 35 and 14. And it has been a lot of fun.
Our plus minus has been going up the last couple of years. You know, there was a lean there
right.
for a while. Yeah. Broadcaster win-loss record wasn't looking real pretty.
Getting better all the time.
Well, fans like it when we're giving them good news. 1-0 to Crawford. And a big swing and a miss. Arrieta sitting at 95 early with his fastball. So you're working tonight after the game, correct?
I don't know. I might just stay here and watch you finish it out, you know? Got to see who gets on the board here. We want the Cubs to get on the board here.
Call Ron up, say, I'm at the ball game. Go fill in for me, would you?
Hey, Ron, that would be funny, actually.
You know, some teachers, when they
Ron,
retire, they come back
I know
as
you weren't expecting
substitutes.
this, but, you know, I'm a little busy at the ballpark tonight, so why don't you head on over to Channel 7.
1-2 on Crawford. The pitcher Kazmir on deck. Wind has kicked up a little bit, blowing in. And I'm not sure where that ball was going.
That was.
Was he trying to throw to first?
No, it was a little bluff by Grandal, I think, on the pitch, and Mickey just misread it. I think he thought he was going.
So he just decided to throw first and look later, and Grandal had held.
Yeah, he's kind of he's hiding behind Rizzo there, and he takes and that's a great lesson for base runners, because it's just one of the small things. You know, you usually talk about, you know, a good secondary lead and bluff like you're going sometimes to make an infielder react, get an infielder cheat a little bit towards the bag and maybe create a hole. Well, in this instance, he gets Miggy to bite.
So 2 errors on the Cubs catcher, but Crawford swings and misses, and Montero will run over to tag him, but he doesn't have to now as Crawford gave up on his way to first. So that will end the inning. Alan Krzyzewski, congratulations. Anchoring now the 10 o'clock news. Eyewitness News on ABC 7. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks so much, guys. Always great to be with you. Have a great game. Go Cubs.
You got it. The upcoming schedule for the Cubs. A couple of more games in this series. Those are the air times. Tomorrow night, and then day action the rest of the homestand as the Diamondbacks come in starting on Friday. Jorge Soler takes ball one. Last 11 games, his OPS about 1,100. So a slow start, but we've seen good signs lately. Swing and a miss.
That's a good let up from Kazmir. It's going to be a challenge for the Cub right-handed hitters to stay back. The thing about it is you just can't, disregard the heater. He throws pretty hard too. Not overpowering, but he can go 92, 93.
So I referenced kind of the circuitous route through his big league career. And if you get into some of the details, it's a pretty remarkable comeback story. As Soler sends one in the air out to Peterson in center, and he makes the catch for the out. So 2011, Kazmir made one major league appearance early with the Angels. He gave up 5 runs in under 2 innings. Got sent down to AAA. He made 5 horrible starts. Completely lost command. He walked 20 guys in just over 20 innings with an ERA of 17. He got released middle of the year. The next year, nobody wanted him. So he pitched for the Sugar Land Skeeters of the Independent Atlantic League, and his numbers were bad. 14 starts, he had a .534. Then he went to winter ball, Puerto Rico. Finally, the Indians gave him a minor league deal. He went into their camp, and he made their opening day roster. 29 starts, and he has signed 2 multi-year deals since.
Yeah, left Cleveland, went on to Oakland. He was a 15-game winner in 2014. Last year, Was 5-5 with a 238 with the A's before being traded to the Astros for the stretch run. Did not pitch particularly well in Houston. But the body of work over the last couple of years good enough for the Dodgers to give him a 3-year deal.
Is 1-2 on Addison Russell. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So fastball at 94. A lot of life on it. It's Turner Ward, the hitting coach, chatting with Dave Roberts, the manager. So able to have a light moment.
Gonna have to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah. One and 0 the count on Montero. And a tough top of this inning, but no runs scored, so in the end no big deal. He had a big day at the plate on Sunday. Homered for the first time since opening night. And the Cubs win over the Phillies.
They get all the way through to the umpire, or did Grandal at least get a glove on that one?
No, he missed it.
Man,
completely.
That's not good.
So Grandal,
they're not going to win any friends with a home plate umpire.
He's going to have to
apologize. Man, I don't know. I was late.
He's going to have to work on that relationship here the next couple of innings.
There are stories down throughout the years of catchers doing that on purpose. That clearly wasn't the case there with Grandal, but Jim Wolf got a smile working. Tougher than a $2 steak, that Jim Wolf. Hey, Cub fans, plan now to get tickets to the matchups you want to see before they are gone. The Cubs are back at it tomorrow night. Dodgers are here, and then the series finale on Thursday at 1:20. Tickets are still available for both those ball games. Go to Cubs.com, get your tickets before it's too late. Only trip in this year for the Dodgers.
And I'm sure people wondering if Vin Scully is in the ballpark this week. He is not. Vin has really limited his travel schedule. And this is his 67th and final season as the voice of the Dodgers. Montero pops it up. Utley makes the catch, but we'll see Vin when we head to Los Angeles later on this summer. Arrieta back to work here in the third inning, facing pitcher Kazmir. 1 ball, no strikes. The Dodgers have placed Alex Wood on the disabled list. He's got a sore elbow. And Julio Urias, a 19-year-old lefty, is coming back to the big leagues.
Well, they pushed Wood's start back a couple of days until yesterday with a triceps issue that apparently happened while he was swinging. But I wonder if the elbow is related. Something completely different.
2-2 now on Kazmir. Hasn't batted a ton in the big leagues, just 4 out of 42 lifetime, and he strikes out looking. Hey, Cub fans, check out the Cubs blog on abc7.com. It's brought to you by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide agent serving the area for 38 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Back to the top, and Chase Utley, who is now 0 for 11 in his career against Jake Arrieta. Pointed this out before. You got a little bit of a look at it there. Utley takes the latest practice swing, maybe in Major League history, in terms of when the pitch is coming. Now watch. Waits until the guy goes into his motion.
Yeah, just about every hitter has a little bit of a pre-pitch routine, a little timing mechanism they get into. And you're right, his is awfully late. So if he's just a little bit off, he's just not going to be able to catch up to a good fastball. Obviously, he's been a very good hitter for a long time. He's a little tardy there.
Off to left. Soler's got it.
By the way, Arrieta is looking awfully crisp here tonight.
He is.
95, 96 routinely, and some of the 95-mile-an-hour sinkers. If you didn't see the radar gun reading, you would think that's a changeup with the movement, but it's at 95 miles an hour.
Pitch to Seager. Ball 1. Ground ball toward right and past a diving Zobrist for a base hit. 2-out single, Corey Seager, and it'll bring up Adrian Gonzalez. All right, so Jake starting the year 9-0. The last Cub pitcher to start a season 9-0 was Kenny Holtzman in 1967. The club record to start a season held by Jim McCormick. He won his first, he won his first 16 decisions back in 1886. He was born in the UK in 1856. He made 42 starts in 1886, went 31 in 11. In 1880, McCormick pitched 657 2/3 innings. He made 74 starts, completed 72.
What happened in the other 4?
I don't know. He won 265 games in 10 years. 1-2.
Yeah, well, it was a different sport back then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Completely different game.
And
maybe not completely different, but very different.
The Cubs were known as, I think they were still known as the White Stockings. They were in 1876, and they won the National League under Cap Anson, 90-34. A one-hopper to Zobrist to end the inning. Bottom 3, scoreless. Arrieta leading off for the Cubs here in the 3rd inning. Will be followed by Fowler and Hayward. Swing and a miss. The Dodgers on paper, when they brought in Kazmir, they were all left-handed, this rotation. But Ryu coming off surgery, Brett Anderson, back issues. So if everything lined up, they've got Kenta Maeda, but don't see that very often.
An all lefty rotation?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct, I should say.
Correct. Do we have historical data to support that? Do we know the last time there was an all left-handed rotation? Of course, it doesn't really matter because they don't have one anymore.
No, they don't.
That would have been interesting.
I think at the time they really had 4 guys. And added Maeda, missed on the change. And he will pitch on Thursday against Kyle Hendricks.
What's the latest on Ryu? What's his status?
Thought he had a setback recently. He got him.
Folks, tomorrow is Conquer Cancer Night at Wrigley Field. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans in the Budweiser bleachers will receive a Cubs cap presented by the Conquer Cancer Foundation. Join us for special activities throughout the night dedicated to those who are conquering cancer, including a special 8th inning rally. Tickets are still available. Go to Cubs.com. Do it now.
There's Fowler. And Ryu coming back from shoulder surgery. Brandon McCarthy coming back from Tommy John surgery. Brett Anderson back surgery. Lots of injuries for the Dodgers. They had 10 guys on the DL when the season started. Don't the White Sox have 4 lefties, right? Correct?
Sale,
oh, they did with Danks.
Rodon.
When the season started. Outside, 3-1.
Kazmir very demonstrative with his body language out there. There's a lot of chase pitches. Good changeups down, elevated fastballs up out of the zone. Fowler usually pretty disciplined.
And races one to right for a base hit. Thompson played it on that short hop. It nearly got by him. Peterson was backing him up. But if it gets by him, it might put Fowler at third. So he's been on both times.
Yeah, well, you know, he worked the walk first time. This time he gets himself into a favorable count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Takes advantage. Shoots that line drive to right.
Hayward reached on a fielder's choice and then stole second back in the first inning. Outside, 4-1.
Patience, a buzzword when facing a guy like Kazmir. 2 starts ago against the Padres, he walked 7. Last time against the Reds, he punched out 12. His best start of the year. Well, check that. His very first start in San Diego, he went 6 scoreless, allowed just 1 hit.
There goes Fowler, and he is out. Well, it'll end up being a caught stealing, but a pitcher caught stealing. 1-3-6 to get him.
Yeah, and this is the play. You go with the lefty out there. You can't read him. You got to go on first move and hope he's going home, or hope you can beat the throw from first base. If you wait till you know he's going home, you're going to get too late of a jump.
Now 1-2. All the numbers are up for the Cubs this year versus last year. And remember, they won 97 games last season. Batting average 21 points higher at this point. And at the same time last year, OBP up 41 points. They were slugging .385, right now .428 this year. Strikeout rate down considerably. Walk rate is up. ERA is a run better. Infield pop, right side, and it'll be Gonzalez to end the inning. 0-0 after 3. brought to you by 4 Winds Casinos. Escape the everyday.
This Thursday, it's Jersey Off Our Back Day here at Wrigley. A 121st pitch with the Dodgers. After the ball game, autographed game-worn jerseys will be awarded to lucky fans in random seats. Compliments of Majestic. Cubs.com for information. Majestic, the official on-field uniform of Major League Baseball.
Jock Peterson takes ball 1. Dad Stu had a short big league career as a Dodger. 1985 outfielder, just 8 games in the majors. 12 seasons in the minors for his dad. 2-1.
He's got a little Carl Yastrzemski going.
Good call. Soler has it. With Trace Thompson coming up, his brother Clay, an all-star starting guard with the Golden State Warriors. Came back and won the Western Conference Championship and the defending world champions. So it's an NBA and now Major League family, the Thompsons.
California cool. It's an interesting situation, isn't it? There's a lot of brothers that play baseball. Not so much in the other major sports. That's kind of a rare thing to have one brother in the NBA and another one playing Major League Baseball.
Actually 2. And his other brother Michael.
Yeah, he's a player too.
And his dad.
Yeah,
played in the NBA.
Long-time player. Yeah. Like I was trying to think yesterday, thinking about, there's been some guys that have done both. Dave DeBusschere played both in the NBA and Major League Baseball. Ron Reed, Gene Conley,
Danny Ainge.
Whoop.
Safe.
Rizzo thought he got him. They're going to take a look. Did he or didn't he? Won't be able to tell, I don't think, with that look. Always a dangerous play for the first baseman moving into the base run. Ooh, that looked like he got him, didn't it?
I think he got him. And Joe is going to challenge. I think he did get him.
So while we review this, those of you at home can do your homework and find out if you can come up with a brother combination NBA MLB.
This manager's challenge is brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Can't tell there. Is that other look. This one.
Out.
And he is out. So Joe wins the challenge.
This play by Rizzo saves Russell an error. More importantly, 2 outs, nobody on for Arrieta.
So Joe maintains his manager's challenge, and it's Howie Kendrick. Yeah, Kevin points out on Twitter the NHL might compete with Major League Baseball in terms of brothers.
Yeah.
There were like 6 Sutters, I think.
A lot of Plagers.
Right.
Hanson, don't forget the Hanson brothers.
Mulvies. Yeah.
Old-time hockey. Who are those guys? kind of a pain to the Hawks. Who's that?
Well, that opens.
Kelly will know.
The Sedins?
Yeah, the Sedins.
The Sedin twins.
Yeah, I've had about enough of that.
The Espositos. Yeah, it's a pretty long list. Two and two the count on Howie Kendrick. Played a lot of second with the Angels, but really a super utility guy now with the Dodgers. He's made starts at second, third, first, in left, and a DH. On the ground to the shortstop Russell. Throw right on the money that time. Inning over. Cubs bat in the fourth. Scoreless tie. Baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Keller Graduate School of Management. Learn loud. Let's go down to the field and Dion Miller.
Len, Jim mentioned that tomorrow night is Conquer Cancer Night. We all know Anthony Rizzo did just that as a teenager. And this morning, he continued his monthly tradition of encouraging others who are battling that same thing, visiting the oncology floor at Lurie Children's Hospital. This year, he's actually getting the autograph of these awesome kids on his jersey that he will keep to kind of encourage him and remind him of wanting to encourage those kids. And also this week, he's hosting his 4th annual cook-off for cancer, a sold-out event on Thursday. Guys, no matter where your baseball loyalties lie, I think that's something to cheer about.
Absolutely, Dion. Looking forward to that. A great event after the final game of this series on Thursday. Change-up misses low and outside on Chris Bryant.
We saw Fowler work himself into a favorable count last inning and deliver a base hit. Now Bryant hitting 2-0. Gets another changeup.
He's only allowed one hit. That was to Fowler in the third. And he picked him off.
So Kazmir's second career start here at Wrigley Field. He made a start with the Angels here back in 2010. That was a different group of Cubs.
Yes, it was. High drive deep to right, but playable for Thompson. Mookie Betts has 3 homers tonight for the Red Sox, and Xander Bogaerts is 1 for 4. So he has extended his hit streak to 24 games. So how about the Red Sox have had Jackie Bradley Jr. 29 games earlier, and now Bogaerts at 24. Outside on Rizzo.
Yeah, Red Sox scoring a ton of runs. They're looking to move 12 games better than 500.
They're at 5.92 per game. Only team better than the Cubs.
The amazing thing about the Cubs' run production is for most of this season, it has not been hitter friendly here in their home ballpark. It's been blowing in for the most part. It's been cold. Just getting better here on this homestand.
David Ortiz. If the season ended right now, he's your MVP, right? In the American League. Feathered into shallow center and caught on the slide by Peterson. Looks like he lost some paraphernalia out of his back pocket as he made the grab.
Probably his outfield positioning charts, or maybe some sunflower seeds. Yeah, seeds.
The wet grass.
Yeah, he had to shed that excess weight, or else he's not going to catch up to this one. Good concentration. Kazmir's going along nicely here.
Time now for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. It takes comfort, storage, and technology to the next level, making Pacifica the new benchmark of minivans. So the Pirates are trailing late. The Cardinals have a lead in the middle of that game in Milwaukee, and Red Sox leading late as well. David Ortiz went into tonight leading the majors with 47 RBIs, 23 doubles, and slugging .727. The highest he has finished in the MVP voting. He finished second in 2005.
Pretty remarkable stuff, Big Papi.
Zobrist, wow, struck out both times. That is rare to see after 4. 0-0.
Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
Scoreless tie. Scott Kazmir and Jake Arrieta battling tonight. By the way, and I was racking my brain as we were talking about Big Papi to try to come up with a designated hitter who has won the American League MVP. It's never happened, right?
I don't know.
A primary DH has never won the MVP.
No Molitor, no Edgar Martinez.
I don't think
the
so.
two guys that have come to mind. But
yeah, I don't think. I mean, there have been guys who've won the MVP who have DH, but
that wouldn't be their primary position.
Correct. Yep. And I'm not saying Papi will do it, but
well, that's the thing when you're 40 years of age or whatever Papi is. The question is, can you sustain this level of performance over the long haul?
I guess I'm saying if he does, he has a good shot because, and if the Red Sox win the division,
yeah, things are falling into place for him.
2-2 on Grandal. Reached on an error in the second and advanced to second on an error. He is the only Dodger to get to second base tonight. He is the second Dodger to get to second in the series.
An all-star last year. Grandal fell off in the second half, and he's having a hard time getting going this year, hitting a .186 now.
Three and two the count. Ball four.
Pretty good looking pitch. Tried that two-seamer to the inside corner. Let's see if he's able to find it. We'll take a look at our Xfinity pitch tracks. Certainly could have been.
So that is Arrieta's first walk. Don Baylor won the MVP in 1979, but he made more starts in left than he did at DH. So that's probably the closest. He made 65 starts as a DH, but you would not say he won the MVP as a DH. 78 starts.
Yeah, and that's the thing there are a lot of guys who just won't vote or won't won't put a non-position player very high on their ballot. They're a one-way player.
97 starts in the outfield, 65 at DH. So you would not say he was a DH. Part-time. Yeah, and I think offensively, if a DH does win it, he's just got to blow away the field with his offensive output.
A lot of ground balls with Crawford in the box, and certainly with Arrieta on the mound. Double play certainly in order here.
See if they can do it. They get one, but not two. So that'll go 6-4 on the fielder's choice.
Let's take a look how Jake Arrieta has been painting the corners. Brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other. That two-seamer on the inside corner he likes. Power sinker. Cutter, yakety-yak curveball, and 95-96 with that fastball all night long.
Kazmir is showing bunt already. And Arrieta throws to first. Back to Jake. Double play. Kazmir wishing he had laid down a bunt instead. ABC 7 is brought to you by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com. Big crowd tonight. They waited through a short delay of 27 minutes before the first pitch. Cubs batting here in the bottom of the fifth. To get the first run tonight. 6, 7, and 8. JD, what has Kazmir done through the first four?
Well, he's you know, it's elevated fastballs and changeups. He's got the Cubs a little bit out of sync with their timing because of the good changeup. He's shown the ability to throw it in hitters' counts, and that always gets into the hitter's head when you throw that 2-0 changeup and make a quality pitch with it. And there's a 0-0 changeup to get started. So that just slows you down a little bit. Then he'll throw that fastball up above the hands at 94. And you'll be a little bit behind it. And he's gotten some lazy fly balls, some pop-ups. There has not been a ground ball out yet. And we tend to talk a lot about ground ball rates and ground ball outs, but the bottom line is just getting outs. Doesn't matter how you get them. Kazmir's problem this year is too many of the fly balls he's allowed have left the ballpark. He'd allowed 12 home runs in 57 and 2/3 innings coming into this one.
Rolled to third. Kendrick has time and he makes the play.
The Cubs offer special programs designed for your future Cub, from Kids Sundays at Wrigley Field to Clark's Crew and baseball summer camps throughout the Chicago area. There are many ways to build lifelong Cub memories with your kids. Visit Cubs.com/kids to learn all about our Cub Kids offerings.
Here's Addison Russell. Well, can the White Sox hold them late? got a 6-4 lead at New York against the Mets. Trying to end pretty ugly 7-game losing streak. And they are into their bullpen. Matt Latos went 5 tonight. Putnam, Jennings, and Jones since. And actually, it was the Mets bullpen that gave it up. Sox just put up 3 to take the lead in the 8th. We'll keep it posted. It's over in Miami. Marlins beat the Pirates 3-1. Popped up by Russell. Seager makes a catch. Jose Fernandez now 22-1 lifetime at Marlins Park. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Don't even think about disseminating. The Giants shut out the Braves tonight 4-0 behind Jake Peavy. Atlanta had just 1 hit in that ball game.
Wow. And the Braves beat the Giants yesterday.
It's not the winning streak of Jeff Samardzija, but boy, when we saw Peavy, he was really scuffling. Tonight, 7 innings, 1 hit. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3, still has an ERA above 6.
Houston beat the Diamondbacks 8-5 in Arizona. Astros have won 4 in a row. Lance McCullers over Patrick Corbin. Former Cub Luis Valbuena homered in that one, along with George Springer. Montero went around for strike 3. Cubs have gone in order 3 times in the first 5 against Kazmir.
Base leaders brought to you by the Subaru Outback and its go anywhere capability that allows you to steal more of life's adventures. Jonathan Villar leads the way.
Swinging bunt by Utley, and Arrieta gets it. We love those one pitch, one out sequences.
Yeah, nice cool evening. Good night to pitch. I was worried about a little slippage there and a little wet field, but no issues for Arrieta. Slings it on over there for out number 1. So number 2 on that stolen base list was Starling Marte.
And a save!
Hey!
At Foley.
Good save! Yeah.
You know what time he got to the game today?
Yes.
3:33.
Apparently he has no need to rest his vocal cords after a long season. Wearing that guy out.
Yes, so stolen base
Oh yeah,
leaders.
so anyway, on that list, I think number 2, Starling Marte of the Pirates, he is your current WAR leader in the National League.
I've always liked Starling Marte, really coming into his own. Obviously been overshadowed by his teammate Andrew McCutchen.
So wins above replacement. Marte at 2.6 leads the way in the National League. That's offense and defense. Offensively, it's Ben Zobrist.
Seager.
Right there, that guy.
To Zobrist. The Blue Jays beat the Yankees tonight 4-1 in Toronto. Former Cub Darwin Barney putting together a nice year for the Blue Jays. He hit 8th tonight. Darwin's hitting .322.
Nice. Good for him.
With a .448 slugging percentage. I want to give Paul a shout out on Twitter for mentioning Darwin Barney. Yeah, we like keeping tabs on the ex-Cubs. Starlin Castro went 0 for 4. And that big home run the other day at Tampa Bay to break up the no-hitter. And it was their only hit, I think, in their Yankee win.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He got off to a great start.
He did.
And then
he's only hitting .245 currently. Crowd wants a strikeout. Arrieta on an 0-2 to Gonzalez, and it's fouled off. And let's check out the Toyota home run leaders, active leaders at Wrigley Field. And Starlin Castro is on that list. Although will be passed fairly soon by Chris Bryant for 4th. Albert Pujols will be here a little later this year with the Angels. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Arrieta pitching a beauty, but right now tied in the 6th. So the first starting pitcher to hit a home run is going to win tonight.
And as soon as they do, the game's over.
That would be an interesting
on the
new
playground.
rule.
Next basket wins.
Outside from Kazmir to Arrieta. One and one. Generally, Jake is kind of the opposite of Jason Hamill, who is kind of a singles hitter. He likes to make contact. Jake goes up there trying to hit the ball into the bleachers.
That one home run in Arizona earlier this year, a massive home run.
And he strikes out swinging. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Strikeout number 7 for Kazmir, who has allowed a hit, a walk, and hit a batter. But that's it. Breaking ball is in for a strike. So Fowler came in .433 with his on-base average, second in the majors to his teammate Ben Zobrist. Came in at .452.
See, that's that chase changeup that a lot of the right-handed hitters have been offering at. Fowler wouldn't bite. At least not that time.
Swung on, hit to deep center, caught. Peterson on the track. I thought he got it.
Yeah, well, especially because the wind appears to have picked up earlier in the ball game. Though it was pretty much dormant. The air wasn't moving much at all, and I'm not sure if this is a real helping wind or a cross breeze out there. Sometimes it's difficult to read the flags, but yeah, I thought he got it too,
Boy,
but it's not enough.
By a couple of feet with that basket looming, and Kazmir breathes a sigh of relief.
Yeah, and when you've given up 12 in 57 innings and a ball's hit like that, you fear the worst, right? Oh man.
Here's the 0-1. He waves a strike 2. I think both offenses would love to get in the other team's bullpen as quickly as possible. That is not proving to be very easy.
Yeah, both teams very good at holding leads. The Dodger bullpen's been on a nice run lately. They got Kenley Jansen out there. The closer is lights out.
This will be pitch number 90. Right back to Kazmir to end the inning. Hardest hit ball of the night ends up dying on the warning track. 0-0 after 6. Arrieta here in the 7th against Jock Peterson, and a sinker is low for ball 1.
This is the stage of the ball game where the starting pitchers, both of them in command. You start to realize, boy, if I make one mistake and someone pops one on me, it could be the difference. Change up.
Well, he's got that pitch in his back pocket, and when he uses it, it's usually very effective.
Hasn't thrown a bunch of them tonight. That's what he threw to finish off Gonzalez to end the 6th inning. The Hooters hot play of the game brought to you by your Chicagoland Hooters, the original wing joint. We're going to take a look at Jock Peterson out here in center field, the sliding catch. The Cubs and the Dodgers rank 1st and 2nd in the National League in defensive efficiency, turning balls in play into outs. This play by the youngster.
Yeah, we used to just rattle off the fielding percentages. Basically say if you had a good fielding percentage, as Peterson strikes out, you were a good defensive club. But that's not how we look at it these days. A lot more to look at than just errors. Number 7 for Arrieta.
Yeah, and those defensive efficiency numbers influenced by the pitchers as well. If there's a lot of soft contact, fly balls tend to get turned into outs, obviously more than line drives, and to a lesser extent more so than ground balls.
Strike called on Trace Thompson.
Positioning a huge part of it.
Thompson recovering from some back soreness. He came in leading his team in slugging percentage at .528. That's a strike, and hasn't played a lot at this level, but off to a terrific start with the White Sox last year, and now the Dodgers. 85 games in, and he looks like a keeper.
He's been a better major league player than he was a minor league player. Like a 240 something hitter as a minor leaguer, 285 so far as a big leaguer.
He came over in the 3-team deal that sent Todd Frazier from the Reds to the White Sox.
Had some big home run seasons as a minor leaguer.
Terrell held it for an extra tick to see if Jim Wolf might reconsider. A little hard on the ground, but right to Bryant. And Rizzo stayed on the base. Check out the new gold standard for forecasting Chicago weather. Watch live Doppler 7 Max with maximum power only on ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Sound effects and everything. Howie Kendrick. How are we liking the matte finish helmets for the Dodgers? That's a nice look.
Yeah,
I like it.
That, yeah.
Raised LA logo on it. I like it. Two and 0.
Jim Wolf not given the outside edge very frequently here tonight. Of course, his brother Randy, a longtime major league pitcher.
Yeah, he never worked home plate with his brother on the mound because it was forbidden for obvious reasons.
Getting back to our brothers conversation of earlier.
Yeah, we've come full circle. If allowed, I wonder if Jim would have considered it. Let's just say they said, Jim, we trust you. You're a great umpire. We know that you're not going to be biased. Would he have just said, I know?
But I'm guessing he would have.
That had been Randy Wolf. He had said, remember that time you stole my socks?
I think as a pitcher's brother, he should have a bigger zone. Yeah, I've always thought Jim's had a good, consistent zone, but I've always thought he was more of a hitter's umpire. Of course, he would argue, wait a minute, we've just stringing bagels up there tonight. Nobody's got any runs.
So here's Grandal after Kendrick took the 2-out walk. And Montero knocks it down. One and one.
With a what was that look on his face with the movement on that pitch. Kendrick 3 out of 3 in the stolen base department this year. Dodgers don't run a lot. They have not been particularly efficient. There's the veteran Joe Blanton.
Game in New York is over. The White Sox a 6-4 win to end their 7-game skid. Pushes the Mets 2 back of the Nationals, who won in Philadelphia 5-1 tonight. One bounced foul past first.
Yeah, Jake really mixing in a lot more changeups the last couple of innings.
.681 inside the friendly confines. Making some noise. Kendrick runs. And he's in. Meantime, 2-2 on Grandal. Runners in scoring position. That has been a precious and rare commodity for the Dodgers in this series. Before a big 2-2 pitch, Montero will head out to talk with Arrieta.
Now, Grandal not a speedy guy, so that allows the infielders to back off, give them a little more range. That's a priority here. You got to make sure if you can't make a play, at least knock the ball down. Zobrist a couple steps under the outfield grass.
Carl Crawford is on deck. There is some action in the Dodger bullpen. The Cub bullpen is quiet. Joe Blanton, a right-hander, up for LA. As we're near the bottom of their order. (3-2). And that gets away and allows Kendrick to go to third as Grandal walks for the second time. Chris Bosio will head out before Crawford bats.
Now, once Kendrick got into scoring position, kind of went into the mode of trying to get Grandal to chase a bad ball. And Grandal's a pretty patient guy. He'll take his walks.
Grandal has gone over to talk with his manager. Justin Turner has grabbed a bat on the on-deck circle. And Clayton Richard starts to play catch.
Montero's got to make sure he keeps everything in front here.
Jake's win streak was in serious jeopardy in his last start. The Cubs won a wild game in St. Louis, 9-8. Hanging on the edge here tonight because nobody has scored. Dodgers threatening with 2 outs in the 7th. Three and 0. Adam Warren has joined Richard. And they are not taking much time between tosses out there in the Cub bullpen. And he has walked the bases loaded.
Just does not want to give in with that go-ahead run on third base. Now he's put himself in a bit of a bind here with a dangerous hitter, albeit a struggling hitter. Turner not having anywhere near this year that he's had the last couple of seasons.
So Kazmir's out. Turner pinch hitting for him with the bases loaded. Called strike 1. Foul, strike 2.
It's so important to get the jump on the hitter after 3 consecutive walks like that.
Everybody is up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 0-2. He struck him out, inning over. Time now for the 7th inning stretch, presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
For tonight's 7th inning stretch, please direct your attention to the video boards and join legendary broadcaster Vin Scully.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to honor the memory of Harry Carey. And to quote Harry, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3.
underway here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 on Chris Bryant. This pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Joel Blanton gets an infield pop off the bat of Bryant, and Utley makes the grab for the out.
The veteran Blanton having a nice year. 2 up, 2 down at 2.81 ERA as he works for the 24th time. Hitting just 141 against him. Former starter, has a starting pitcher's repertoire: fastball, slider, curve, and change. He'll use all 4 of those offerings.
I think it's appropriate that he is pitching behind Scott Kazmir tonight, because at one point not too long ago it looked like his career might be over. Remember, he had that awful start to 2013 with the Angels. His first 9 starts, 0-7 with a .662. He had allowed 86 hits in under 51 innings. So he retired at one point, and then eventually changed his mind, decided to give it another go. Here he is. Since he came back, he has pitched for Kansas City, the Pirates, and the Dodgers. By the way, if Arrieta is done, as Rizzo strikes out, he will sit at 156, tied for the major league lead with Clayton Kershaw. Let's go down to Dion.
Guys, I think it's appropriate Ben Zobrist is up. When the Cubs have needed a hit lately, he has delivered. 16-game hit streak. Though he's always been a good hitter, he has struggled to explain where a .395 average over the last 6 weeks has truly come from. Madden calls it tapping into that Cubs fountain of youth. We do know that David Ross has also found it, and I'm not ashamed to admit I have started looking for it as well.
Nicely done. He has struck out both times. Now batting lefty against the righty Blanton, so yeah, maybe this will be the trick.
Yeah, and you know, he's always been a little bit better as a right-handed hitter than a lefty, but his at-bats right-handed lately have not looked quite as sharp as they have from the left side. It's probably a lot to do with just opportunity. Hasn't seen that many lefties.
Keller Graduate School of Management, league leaders, learn loud. They're your on-base percentage leaders. Teammates Zobrist and Fowler. Cubs have 1 hit, and it belongs to Dexter Fowler, and Zobrist now asks for time. Hoping Dion can pass the fountain of youth off to us too.
Man.
The game keeps you young, doesn't it?
It's kind of a paradox, Len. Keep you young and it'll wear you out all at the same time.
It is a windup, but Blanton looks like he's pitching from the stretch. Barely moves his feet. I think Jake's coming back out. He's got 107 pitches. Bullpen's quiet.
Yeah, I see Chad Noble down there on a knee in the bullpen, so maybe. Well, there's 2 outs now, so yeah, if somebody was coming, they'd be throwing now.
A 3-strikeout game for Zobrist, so he's had a frustrating night, but a lot of guys have had a frustrating night against this pitching. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. So Clayton Richard was already loose, so did not need to throw any extra pitches in the bullpen before coming out to the main mound. Top of the order here, Chase Utley in the 8th. So Arrieta with 7 shutout innings. One streak will continue. That is his personal winning streak. This will be 20-0 over his last 23 starts. So he gets just his 3rd no decision during this stretch. And the Cubs hoping to continue the jaw-dropping streak of winning what would be their 24th consecutive game that he has started. And ESPN Stats and Info just tweeted, JD, that Arrieta, as Utley takes inside, has now retired the last 14 hitters he has faced with the bases loaded, going back to last June.
Pretty impressive stuff, and that fastball he threw to finish that last inning was a dandy, and it was the last thing Turner thought he was going to get on 0-2.
3-1 on Utley.
4 consecutive lefties at the top of the Dodger batting order tonight. That's why Clayton Richard gets the call here in the 8th. Clayton keeps it pretty simple, throws a ton of fastballs, most of them 2-seamers with sinking action. About 70% of the balls in play against him are on the ground.
Talked yesterday about Utley and slide gate. To call it the Utley rule. They made changes to the sliding rule at second base, trying to break up a double play. He originally was suspended for 2 games. He appealed, and eventually the league dropped him.
Yeah, because although you could question the ethics behind his slide, there was no rule preventing him from doing what he did to Tejada.
I recall Joe Torre, as that ball's lined. Hayward has to play it on a bounce. Joe Torre went back and looked at a lot of other slides like it, and I mean, we were looking at slides back in the 70s.
Oh, we had some fun there a while back looking at Hal McRae and the
there was
Royals,
no
Yankees
suspension
postseason
for those.
Greg Nettles stayed upright and just ran straight into the shortstop.
Instead of suspending him, they just changed the rule. So leadoff man is on, and look out, Corey Seager just about got nicked. Second time tonight the Dodgers have had the leadoff man on base.
Tough assignment for Clayton. He hasn't been out there much lately. Matter of fact, this is his first appearance in a week. Travis Wood pitching 4 innings yesterday. Richard, the only lefty option for Joe Madden tonight.
4 consecutive left-handed batters atop the Dodger lineup. Ground ball, diving stop. Russell, he's got no play. Excellent range, but also a good decision to not make what could have been a tricky throw when he really didn't have a play. So back-to-back singles to start the inning.
Yeah, you have to fight yourself sometimes. You want to come up and make a heroic play, but a lot of times the hero turns into zero when you try to do something that just beyond the realm. Great range and glove work by Russell here.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com. So some trouble. 2 on, nobody out. Gonzalez 1 for 3.
And Gonzalez, for a power guy, hits the ball on the ground an awful lot too. He's a smart veteran hitter, and he'll be thinking other way. He'll be thinking left center to try to prevent that rollover ground ball that could turn into a double play.
Base hit to left, and the Dodgers will get the lead as Utley scores standing. It's 1-0. So Gonzalez, who had the game-winning hit Sunday night in New York, gives the Dodgers a late advantage here tonight.
His second hit of the night, and again, is just a great, smart approach. He's not thinking at all about trying to pull this ball. He's just trying to keep his hands in tight, use the other field.
That will be it for Richard. Adam Warren. This call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. We'll be back. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Here's Adam Warren.
It's been a while for Adam too. It's been a part of a week since he's been in a ball game. 3-1, 196 the ERA for a big right-hander. One in, 2 on base. They belong to Clayton Richard. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you have come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Two on, a run in. 3 consecutive singles to start the inning, and ball 1 to Jock Peterson.
Even though the Dodgers did not score in the 7th, working those 3 walks after 2 out really pushed the pitch count up on Jake Arrieta. Forced Joe Maddon's hand, and he had to go to the bullpen here for the 8th.
Seager at second, Gonzalez at first.
She was not going to be denied.
It would be fun at some point in this series to maybe do a side-by-side of the Peterson and Utley swings. Utley really compact. Peterson looks like he's swinging a redwood. And he is up there looking to hit the ball into Lake Michigan. He muscles one to right, and it's caught. Tagging and heading to third is Seager. And they're at the corners here with one out. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Yeah, I think that last ball gives you some idea of how strong Peterson is. It's not like he got jammed by that ball, maybe even cracked his bat, and he hit it pretty long ways on a line.
Pulled his hands in, and
I'm not as jammed as I thought he was.
got that runner to third. Cubs at double play depth on the infield. Ball one on Thompson. You mentioned the Dodger bullpen. They have been lights out as of late. So if the Cubs are going to come back, will not be easy.
A lot of games are won and lost in the 7th inning. Here it's a run in the top of the 8th. Most clubs, even bad clubs, don't lose many when they're holding a lead through 7. Thompson's game that well. This is a situation where a lot of managers like to employ that safety squeeze, push across a little insurance run. More of a power guy. I think Dave Roberts, the manager, known as a guy who could really play small ball, but the Dodgers, that's not their game. They don't run a whole lot. They don't use the sacrifice bunt much at all.
And the bases are loaded.
Disciplined at bat there by Thompson as Warren tried to get him to essentially get himself out of the zone.
The last time the Cubs lost a Jake Arrieta start was when Cole Hamels no-hit them. Tonight they have one hit. As Warren tries to keep the Dodgers within a run of the Cubs here with a couple of at-bats to go for the home team.
The longest winning streak in baseball history for a pitcher was Carl Hubbell. He won 24 in a row. That came to an end on this date in 1937.
Wow.
The great screwballer got beat by the Dodgers 10-3.
24 consecutive winning decisions for Carl Hubbell. 36-37. 1-2 now on Kendrick. In the dirt, 2-2. So it'll stay at 20. That particular streak is still alive because he'll get a no decision tonight.
Well, he faces a relief pitcher for the Pirates, a forkballer.
So if you finish the game in a tight one, are you saving face?
Saving face.
Right. Pedro Baez, we saw him yesterday. Still 2-2. Tomorrow night, it's Mike Bolsinger and John Lester. Bolsinger a righty, Lester a lefty. And then on Thursday afternoon, Kenta Maeda and Kyle Hendricks, both right-handers. Gets away from Montero, and everybody holds. That ball actually went up the third base line.
Montero's had to deal with a lot of balls in the dirt tonight. That's when he tries to backhand, and luckily for him, it kicks off right down the third baseline. Big glove on it, hit his shin guard.
So that is a positive break for the Cubs. And everybody held. It's 3-2 on Kendrick. There it is. Fly ball to right. A backpedaling Hayward will make the catch. Seager will score. The other runners hold. It's 2-0. And a sacrifice fly.
Cub fans, if you've missed any of today's action, ABC 7 will be rebroadcasting each one of their Cubs matchups on the Live Well network. Today's encore of Cubs-Dodgers will be aired in its entirety beginning at 11 p.m. on ABC 7's digital channel 7.2 and the following cable channel positions.
So an RBI single by Gonzalez, a sac fly from Howie Kendrick. And it's 2-0 Los Angeles. 1-0 on Grandal. These runs charged to Clayton Richard. Two and one. Warren behind 3-1. Dodgers really making the Cubs pitchers work. They've taken now 4 walks in the last 2 innings. Popped up. And Russell makes the catch to end the inning, but the Dodgers grab the lead with a couple of runs in the 8th. is our Dunkin' Donuts Fun Cam. Joel Blanton, now the pitcher of record for the Dodgers. He went 1-2-3 in the 7th, and the 1-0 on Soler is a strike. High fly center. Peterson. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Cubs starting pitchers last time through the rotation with Arrieta start here tonight. 31 in the 3rd innings. And remember, Hamill was cut short due to the cramping, but in those 31 in the 3rd, they've allowed 18 hits and 3 runs.
That's Trevor Cahill. So Kenley Jansen, the Dodger closer, over on the other side. 1-1 to Russell.
Blanton's experience and his mix of pitches, the Dodgers have a guy they might be able to turn to in the second half if they need help in the rotation. Continues to throw the ball well.
Good spinner as he gets a swing and a miss on the slider at 86. 1-2. Montero on deck. Cubs won 2-0 yesterday, trailed 2-0 tonight. And he got him swinging.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda now at your Honda dealer.
Hall of Famer Tommy Lasorda, 67th year with the Dodger organization. Never passes up a trip to Chicago. A little bit inside to Montero.
Dodgers with 1 hit yesterday. The Cubs with 1 so far today. Kazmir faced the minimum after the 1st because of the pickoff of Fowler after he singled in the 3rd. Or caught stealing, I should say.
Cardinals shut out Milwaukee yesterday 6-0, and they've got a 10-2 lead tonight in the 8th. Matt Carpenter's 4 out of 5 with a double, 2 triples, 2 RBIs, and 4 runs. Grounder to first, and Gonzalez will take it unassisted. Blanton, 2 perfect innings. And we head to the 9th. Dodgers 2, Cubs 0. Ninth inning brought to you by the all-new 2016 Mazda CX-9, coming soon.
The Mercedes-Benz drive of the game happened in the top half of the eighth with a couple of men aboard. The veteran Adrian Gonzalez slaps one to left.
Back to live action. Carl Crawford with a leadoff single off Adam Warren. Kike Hernandez now will hit in the pitcher spot. Ball one.
The Padres today used not one but two position players to pitch. They got drubbed 16-4 by the Mariners. Bethancourt caught, played left field, pitched, and played second base. And Alexei Amarista, the shortstop, also pitched. James Shields allowed 10 earned runs in 2 2/3.
Ouch. The Rockies have an 11-3 lead over the Reds. They're in the bottom of the 7th at Coors Field. And they have hit a lot of home runs. Arenado's hit 2. LeMahieu, Hara, Cargo, Blackman. 2, 3, 4, 6 home runs.
I think the Reds hit 5 in their game yesterday.
How about the Mariners have the most homers in baseball? 77. You'd given me 10 guesses, I wouldn't have gotten that right. Three and 2 on the pinch hitter Hernandez. Runner goes. Bounce to third. It's foul.
Seager got one tonight. He's hit 10. Seth Smith hit a couple. Cano's been doing a lot of damage. Nelson Cruz got off to a very slow start. I'm not sure if he's picked it up in the home run department or not.
We'll see the Mariners here at Wrigley Field.
He's got 10.
In late July, line shot and a base hit, and that'll send Crawford to third. He was running with the pitch. That will be it for Warren. Joe thinks going to make a double switch. Tommy LaStella will come in and we will sort out the double switch. This call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time, and we'll be back in a moment. And it's interesting right now. The Cubs are doing their defensive alignment here. Chris Bryant's wondering, well, where do I go? What position am I playing? As Tommy La Stella, I think, has come into play second. I have no idea. Oh, La Stella at third. Zobrist at second. Okay.
Bryant at short.
Bryant at short. How about this? So we had La Stella at second, Zobrist at short, Bryant at third, while Cahill got loose. But instead, Chris Bryant will play shortstop for the first time in the majors. Infield in against Chase Utley, and a strike.
Zobrist over on the right side of the infield.
St. Tommy, third base. So Russell out. Runner goes from first, and Hernandez will get the steal without a throw. Fielder's choice, no steal. Mentioned off the top, Dave Roberts celebrating his 44th birthday. His team has a lead late. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That's one.
Just exactly what Cahill needed. Beautiful changeup to get Utley. Great look at that circle grip, and he really turns it over. Cranks it down and away.
Seager swings and misses on a change. Well, Joe has been talking about Chris Bryant as a potential shortstop for a long time. And here in the ninth inning tonight,
yeah, and with
he's done it.
Yeah, with the infield pulled in, it's a reaction play, just like it would be at third base. Like you're, of course, the way players move around now from batter to batter, might as well just call everybody an infielder. You got a first baseman and three other infielders, and you just deploy them accordingly based on who's up and who's on the mound.
And once there are two outs, I could see Joe swapping La Stella or Zobrist, La Stella, and Bryant again. We'll see. First things first.
Here's a thought.
Okay.
Tie game. Winning run on third base. Manager sometimes will bring that extra outfielder in to play a five-man infield. Why not do it in a situation like this? We're already down two, and you've got to do everything you can to cut that run off at home.
Deep drive right field, and that baby will go. It's a three-run homer for Corey Seager. And they've broken it wide open, 5-0.
Which eliminates any conversation of shifting and infield in and cutting off one run as Seager delivers the long ball and provides a nice cushion now for the Dodgers. Sinker up in the zone, it looked like. We're going to take a look Got our Toyota home run cam. Seager really gets into this one.
Yeah,
it's number 9 for the youngster.
Put 7 guys on the infield, and it wouldn't have mattered. So those first 2 runs will be charged to Adam Warren. And now it doesn't look like we'll see Jansen. It is no longer a safe situation. Adam Liberator getting loose.
I'd like to be that Seager kid's agent.
He's going to be a good one. One of the, if not the top prospect in all of baseball going into this season. A tapper toward first. Cahill will pick it up and underhand to Rizzo, and they get Gonzalez. By the way, Bryant still at short. And Listella will head over to the other side in the shift against Jock Peterson.
Goodness, it's 15-3 now. Rockies over the Reds.
More homers.
I don't know, they got 18 hits.
There's Bryant, 6'5". How many shortstops have been taller? Cal Ripken, 6'4". Two and one.
None come to mind.
The 3-1 pitch. Hit to left. Soler is over into the corner, and he makes the grab to end the inning. 3-run homer, Corey Seager. It's 5-0 Dodgers as we head to the bottom of the ninth. This pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. It's a 5-0 Dodger lead. And here's left-hander Adam Liberator.
Liberator has posted solid numbers, a 1.20 ERA as he works for the 21st time. Fastball slider change. Former Tampa Bay Ray.
Hey, I want to pass out some birthday wishes. There's Kike Hernandez in to play left after pinch hitting. Happy 101st birthday, May LaRue. Originally from Beaverville, Illinois, now lives in Iowa City, Iowa. Born on this date in 1915. Two and one on Lostella. '60th career appearance for Liberator, all in relief. In the air to left center. Peterson for the first out.
Let's take a look at today's Comcast Business of Baseball news and notes. Mookie Betts 3 home runs today. Jake Peavy on his 35th birthday dialed up a dandy, did he not? 7 innings of 1-hit baseball, struck out 3 against Atlanta. And the Dodgers put Alex Wood on the DL. He was their starting pitcher last night or yesterday afternoon and called back up Julio Reyes.
Here's Fowler. By the way, Ben Zobrist, and we're a ways away from him getting his 4th at bat. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts with his career high tying 16-game hitting streak on the line. The Dodgers were 1 hit yesterday. The Cubs in jeopardy of being 1 hit tonight. Peterson again, and he's got it. So the last 3 meetings between the Cubs and Dodgers, if you look at the team that lost, if the Cubs don't come back, would have had a combined 2 hits.
Yeah, Cubs have had 3 base runners all night. Drew a walk.
Wow.
To start the ball game, Fowler did. Anthony Rizzo was hit by a pitch with 2 outs in the first, and then Dexter's 1-out single in the 3rd. That's been it. Nobody else has reached base all night long.
Yeah, the last 18 consecutive Cub batters have gone down. The final 25 Dodger hitters were retired yesterday. Fastball strike. It's 1-1. One and two. Deep breath by the lefty. Hayward swings and misses, and the ball game comes to an end. So the Cubs lose a Jake Arrieta start for the first time in his last 24 assignments. He got a no decision tonight. That 23 start stretch tied the major league mark since 1913. His ERA went down tonight, and the Cubs end up losing the game as the Dodgers get to the Cubs bullpen.
Yeah, Scott Kazmir, the starting pitcher for the Dodgers here tonight, outstanding. 6 innings of one-hit baseball. He walked 1, struck out 7. Very happy birthday boy high-fiving his players as they come off the field. And the bullpen just scuffled a little bit here tonight. So we'll get after it again tomorrow evening.
And remember, they had a historic performance collectively yesterday with 7 perfect relief innings. The Hyundai Player of the Game, Scott Kazmir, he got a no decision but was terrific.
Yeah, just a real good job of changing speeds. Changeup was a real outstanding offering for him here tonight, and then he mixed in that high fastball, cut it in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. Good work by the veteran left-hander.
So the final score tonight, the Dodgers even up the series 5-0, and we'll be back in a moment.